Welcome back from the last video. That white car just passed by with the yellow lights on top is a student driver car. It's from a driving school for training students. Let's keep going along this road. While we ride, I want to talk about the local Lantern Festival or Lantern Fair. I forgot the exact name for a second. Let's just call it the Lantern Show. Right. It should be called a Lantern Show. When I was a kid, we'd always say we were going to see the Lantern Show. Yeah, that's it, Lantern Show. But I have no idea what they call it these days. I haven't been in touch with that stuff for a long time, and I'm not interested. I don't care for the crowds. Over time, I've sort of forgotten about it. Whether it exists or not doesn't really matter. It's not like I'd miss it if it were gone. Speaking of lantern shows, there's a folk saying 正月15闹花灯 means liven up the lanterns on the 15th of the first lunar month. That's what 闹花灯 is all about. But in daily life, no one actually says, hey, let's go liven up the lanterns. People don't talk like that. They just say, let's go see the lantern show. And I'd like to say in Chinese, 闹花灯, 花灯, 花 means flower, 灯 means light. Flower light, what is flower light? Lantern is flower light. And the most difficult one is 闹. It's very hard to translate because it means more than just seeing. It implies revelry and communal energy. In Chinese, 闹, it means the noise and crowds. So you can imagine what is 闹花灯. In short, the lanterns are beautiful and the crowds are full of energy. The atmosphere is exceptionally lively. The new year hasn't even arrived yet, but I see they've already set up the lanterns over at the Extreme Sports Park across the street. We're still a long way off. Since when did everyone start getting so impatient? There's still a way to go to that extreme park. Let's keep moving. We'll be there once we cross a bridge. Don't get your hopes up though. We aren't going to go inside for a tour. Unless you guys are super interested. Then maybe I'll take you in for a look. Our main focus is just chatting about all the random stuff surrounding it. What the lanterns actually look like doesn't really matter. Why don't I want to see it? That's because there are too many plastic products nowadays. They are all machine-made and mass-produced. Even if they are custom-made, they just aren't interesting to look at. Plus, there are so many modern elements now. I mean, maybe kids like them, but I find it really jarring. Just imagine, at a traditional lantern festival, they threw in Frozen or Zootopia. Wouldn't that just break you? But more importantly, what I want to say is, people nowadays just haven't seen the good stuff. I mean, the real deal. Times have changed, and no one makes those truly great things anymore. You have to understand, the lanterns we saw back then had to be purely handmade. plastic didn't even exist in that world. The frames were made of bamboo. Using wire was considered cheap. They had to be covered in paper, and every pattern on that paper had to be hand-painted. Machine printing just can't match that hand-drawn vitality. Even laser printing fails. That's why real luxury still insists on being handmade. There's a real gap in quality. And that's just the materials. What I'm telling you is only the tip of the iceberg. They are just the things I can see. There's definitely so much more that I don't see. I can't remember clearly, but back when I saw them, they probably already used light bulbs. But before light bulbs, they used candles. Those were real flames. Right? What materials were used? How they were lit to make the flame brighter, and how they made it last long enough. What specific materials or techniques were involved? I have no idea. So, someone like me can only talk about the surface level stuff. That was just about the light and the patterns. The structural side is definitely even more complex. I won't even get into the load-bearing and stress points. For parts that need to move, there must be internal mechanisms. In my time, they probably could already use electricity. But before electricity, they must have used mechanical gears. If there were no mechanisms and the lantern was big enough, I bet there were people inside operating it. Just a guess, of course. If they used automatic mechanisms, I really don't know what they looked like. Could they have been made of bamboo? Bamboo wouldn't have enough strength. It would have to be metal, like clockwork springs. But I have no memory of anything like that in traditional Chinese craftsmanship. I've never really noticed it or heard anyone talk about it. When it comes to clockwork, that has to be Europe. They have many exquisitely designed mechanisms. Their craftsmanship is just excellent. You have to admit it. And it seems they preserve them incredibly well. Many can last for hundreds of years. I'm not sure if that's actually true, though. Has anyone here actually seen one? If they were truly well preserved, original pieces, carefully maintained and brought out for display every year during the festival, I would never get tired of seeing them, no matter how many times I looked. I'd even feel more and more proud. But the stuff at our lantern shows is all just disposable, isn't it? This kind of stuff doesn't even have any heritage value. If there really were authentic pieces that were exceptionally well preserved, I'd be more than willing to pay for a ticket to see them. Of course, it'd be even better if it were free. That would mean it's funded by taxes. But even if there's an admission fee, as long as the price is reasonable, I'd be happy to contribute my part to help reserve it. I can't believe we've been talking for over 10 minutes and we are still not there. If you are in a hurry, you can just drag the progress bar to the 12-minute mark. Keep an eye on the red area across the street to the front left. You might not be able to see it clearly, but there's a line of text on that big red gate. I think it says 2026 Intangible Cultural Heritage Thousand Lantern Fair. This term, intangible cultural heritage, let me tell you, it's been completely overused. Also, Thousand Lantern Fair, the 1,000 here is a figurative number. It's just used to mean a great many or countless. Of course, it's not actually countless. They're just trying to say that it's on a grand scale. They are starting to show up. Everyone, take a look at the other side just to get the idea. Take your time and have a look. This video is coming to an end. As for what we'll chat about in the next one, I'm going to keep you in suspense and not to tell you just yet. See you in the next episode. And if you have any questions or are curious about anything else, feel free to leave a comment or discussion. I'll summarize the things you are most interested in and explain them gradually in future videos.